On episode 70 of the Holo Chronicles podcast, we've got a new spinner. And we're also going to talk Star Wars mission fleet. Josh, you missed episode 69 last week.
Oh, episode 69?
Yeah, I had to do it with Mark. It was a little weird.
Don't worry. We can flip it around this week.
I'm on top of it. You may fire when ready.
There's no depth to our shallowness.
What are you talking about? Welcome to episode 70 of the Holo Chronicles podcast. I'm Andy.
I am Josh.
We are the Holo Chronicles, a Star Wars toy and collectibles podcast show.
Yeah, that's what we do.
That's what we do. You can find us on Twitter at Holo Chronicles. That's where we like to communicate with everybody the easiest.
Yeah.
You can find us at www.beyondtheblastdoors.com. And you can find us here on YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher, all audio platforms.
Yeah, you can find us. I mean, just put at Holo Chronicles. You can find us somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can.
It's pretty.
As long as you spell Holo Chronicles right.
Well, and I can't even do that.
Sometimes.
By the way, join our TikTok.
It's true. We have a TikTok now.
We have
Where
a
they can
TikTok
fly now?
that's
Yeah.
misspelled,
We have a
which is
TikTok now.
amazing.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly. Josh, we've got a couple of exciting things for us to go and mull over today. We've got a new spinner, fan favorites. Really exciting. I think I don't know who enjoys them more, but people enjoy these.
Well, I think what you mean is I don't care who enjoys them more because we enjoy
Because we
the hell
enjoy
out of them. I don't care. I
And
just don't care.
Big shout out to Shannon Moran, who's a part of our network, who has been helping us out a lot with the spinners and
more importantly, now a part of the Holo Chronicles. We can officially announce it. She gave us a go ahead.
I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Shannon Moran.
Shannon's there. Across the pond, we've got
Shout
Shannon
out.
working for the Holo Chronicles and, of course, the Beyond the Blast Doors network diligently. So I'm excited. I'm excited for today. You know, I'm sorry I missed you last week, buddy.
Well, I
was
know
on
what
a bit of a family vacay.
it was an acceptable reason.
I thought I'd make it back, but we had lots of snow over here,
And you did make it back.
I did make it back, but
Thankfully.
but you went early, which was great. I enjoyed watching some of that. I caught it while I was driving. I got to listen to a little bit of it, and good show. I always love having one of those pal boys, especially Darth Mark on. Those guys are like Darth Mark is
Good lad.
good lads. I love Darth Mark because he will always correct your ass.
Always.
You can give out some sort of random estimation, and he will lock you down.
Well, he's an appraiser.
There you go.
And it's not Legos.
So yeah,
Shout out to the chat right now. Those that are joining us on this lovely Monday evening in wet and rainy, the Pacific Northwest here. JD, Scotty, Ewok, Shan, Saber, Scuba, Gary. Gary's excited. I can tell you, Josh, Gary's excited.
Gary's got a whoop whoop.
Yeah, he's excited for the
fun.
spinner. He's a big spinner fan.
Is he?
So I think that's the only reason why he's here is to watch spinners. So let's put it towards the end of the show.
We'll do our best.
I'd like to give just a couple of, actually three little shout outs here at the beginning of the show to people on three guys on Twitter that constantly are including us in their posts almost daily or weekly. Okay. Actually, I'm going to shout out four.
Wow, geez, keeps going
shout
up.
out four.
Keeps going up.
First, we got to shout out to our guy, Neil Lowry, Mr.
I
Positivity.
love Neil Positivity, or
And-
Positivity Neil, or whatever.
Yeah, he continuously tags us in his positivity tweets, and I appreciate that more than Neil knows. We've mentioned him before, but definitely want to give him a little. Got
Well, and I think for the community in general, Neil is especially small time podcasters, new starting out. When you get into the social media side of things, if you're in there long enough, you can start to get jaded, and you might start grabbing an opinion and running with it. And I appreciate, what we've got here is we keep our stuff focused on Star Wars, wherever it may come from.
Toys and merch,
toys and merch. Yeah, but I mean focused on the heart of Star Wars as far as that goes. And so, Neil's pretty awesome, and all the people he recognizes are as well.
It's a pretty good group.
A group that runs that middle line of just being positive. And look, it doesn't mean that you can't have an opinion. It just means that, like, make sure that your opinion is, one that's
healthy.
Healthy, yeah.
Sure.
Perfect word.
I would also like to shout out Mr. Samuel Allen. So it's at Mr. Samuel Allen on Twitter. And he tags us every evening in at least one or two posts. Sometimes it's more like 4 or 5. He tags us in Star Wars birthdays and anniversaries. And so the anniversaries could be anniversaries of movies that came out, anniversaries of books or comics that have, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, anniversaries, on this date in Star Wars kind of thing that he does. And we're one of the 9 people that he includes in his posts, and we always get tagged, and whoever's birthday, whether they're an illustrator for a comic or one of the main characters in a movie or behind the scenes people, he's got a calendar set out, and he's been doing this, tagging us in these for at least a year, maybe longer.
Right.
So it's just, he's got this data bank of birthdays and anniversaries that,
well, you know what happens?
He's diligent about it, though. I mean, it's like I get a little tired of posting a weekly show me your collection. He's posting these things every day throughout the year.
Yeah.
So
he's got his calendar on lock.
Shout out to Mr. Samuel Allen for that.
Thank you.
I'd also like to shout out Ryan Bullock. Ryan includes us in his in a couple posts of his favorite Twitter follows, and I appreciate that. His isn't a daily thing, but it is regular.
Yeah,
and he always includes us, and I appreciate that. And then lastly, our buddies at WSTR Media, every Friday, they give a little Star Wars quote, and they include people that they enjoy following, and we always get included in that too. So
that's good.
So these 4, thank you.
And I think that's important, Andy. It's important to say thank you and show appreciation. And I think we took a few minutes to do that. I love that. It makes me feel good.
Yeah, because they make us feel good.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you, Andy. Thank you.
Well, hey. Thank you, Josh. Thanks for being here this week.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about some toys.
All right.
Oh, yeah, cheers.
Hey,
cheers to you. Cheers to
you.
Lemonade or Kool-Aid.
Chat, cheers to you.
Chat, chat, what's going on? All right, so we've got a few topics to discuss.
Yeah. Up first.
Okay.
An announcement. It's about a week old. It kind of came out right as Monday last week, so we're getting to it.
Right.
But Gentle Giant is releasing or is now available for pre-order on their website. Also, I believe it's on a couple of other websites like Entertainment Earth. But Gentle Giant has put out a Bo-Katan statue that is available for pre-order. Excuse me. And it looks great. This might be something that would tempt me to pre-order, Josh.
Well, we just had a discussion about, Gentle Giant versus, Hot Toys or Sideshow.
It's in between.
Yeah, I'm interested too. It's so hard because there's these quality products out there, and Gentle Giant obviously has put out some good stuff, mostly in the bust category, character busts, but I'm intrigued as well. It's so hard to be a collector. I'll tell you that to all the collectors out there. It's so hard because sometimes you want to pick a channel or a lane and try and stay in it.
Do you have a picture for it?
I do. I have one.
Okay.
I've got one. I've got the other one coming up right now. But I'll throw that up there. But man, it's tough. Hold on. I'm trying to get there. I'm stalling, Andy. You couldn't tell I was stalling.
So here's one thing that I like. The Gentle Giant, whether it's a bust or whether it's a full statue, it is a statue. It's not posable. It's not. It usually does not come with accessories, like the one that we showed 2 weeks ago with the Shadow Troop. Shadow Trooper, the Rogue One
Death Trooper.
Death Troopers. Yeah, the Rogue One Death Trooper. It is a statue.
Right.
There was nothing that could move about it. It looks awesome, but that's it. There's nothing to move on. There's no doodads, bells and whistles or anything. It is how it comes. Right, or
which I think is a little liberating at some point, you know?
Right. It's just stick it on a stand and there it is. Okay. This is like that as well, with an exception.
Okay.
You can remove the helmet and put a head on. So you've got the Bo-Katan face, and this is very Bo-Katan.
This is
animated.
Yeah.
This is animated Bo-Katan, Clone Wars Bo-Katan, not Katie Sackhoff.
I do need to point out though that what a great casting job, because it's close enough to Katie that I want to see Katie in that, and I don't have too hard of a time doing that. So I really want to give some props for the casting of Katie Sackhoff for that, because that's really good. But yes, you're right. That's very animated. Animated type of
and so
look.
It's like her armor's got some wear to it, and the helmet is cool, and she's got the jetpack where she's firing off a little bit. And I just like that Clone Wars, the last, the later Clone Wars animated series is some of my favorite Star Wars out there.
Yep.
And the fact that it's bled into, Mandalorian and some live action, it's really checking all my boxes.
Yeah.
It's hitting me right where it counts in the pocketbook. You know what I mean? So this is something that, again, it's available for pre-order on Gentle Giant Limited, Ltd.com. And I think you can find it on Entertainment Earth, and maybe like Zavi or something. I don't know about Zavi. I don't know that for sure, but
Sure.
It's out there for pre-order. And
what's the going rate?
That one is $170.
And I think that's okay. And it's a 1/8. Is that what it is? 1/8?
I believe so. Yeah.
1/8. Yeah. So I think that's a fair price. I mean, sub 200. It's a piece that's going to live. It's going to keep its
infamy,
keep its value. If you get the right character. I think Bo-Katan's on the rise right now, especially since we'll probably be seeing more of her next season. Obviously, I hope. There's no way you can't. Right. So anyway, yeah, great shout out for the Gentle Giant statue. Definitely on my radar. They're doing a good job.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe in a few months that might be on the spinner over here. I don't know.
Might spin it. You know us. We have no willpower. So
very little. Josh, this is an aside, but I don't know whether I should be embarrassed of this or proud of this or terrified of this. But over the last day and a half, I've pre-ordered about $1,000 worth of Star Wars stuff, and I don't.
Oh, you're gonna go through some Joshisms here, where boxes show up and you're like, I don't know what's in them.
Oh,
I don't know.
I'll know what's in these.
I had some Entertainment Earth boxes show up and didn't know what was in them. That's my MO, which I like. I think I do it on purpose. It's obviously a trait that I have, and I completed the Black Series Rebels wave, which was
with the mural.
Yeah, with the mural, which was cool. That's actually the first mural I've completed. There's some others out there that I could.
Well, and we could get like maybe later on we could get maybe like a Thrawn or
Well, sure.
Sure. I mean,
I don't know if they'll keep the color scheme or what, but
it's possible.
It's
possible.
I don't know. I don't know if they're going. What is it? 5 or 6? Shabby, no, he's in the chat. Hello, Shabby. Shout out to everyone else who's joined us. But yeah, that's a interesting deal. Their pre-orders are they're like Christmas in random months. Christmas
Every
in
month.
May, Christmas in April,
Christmas all year round.
Yeah.
Love that.
How do you guys in the chat feel about pre-orders? Are you? I know there's some hardliners where pre-orders feel like you're not in the wild going and finding that toy. But
Well, I have recently taken a hardline stance with pre-orders, as in I'm not pre-ordering from Walmart
Right.
anymore.
Right. You are there.
And
You
I'm
are there.
holding to that.
You are.
It's been easy to hold to.
I guess until I have to order 2 for you. And then you're like, I guess I'll take that.
Hey.
But anyway, so yeah, I'm glad you're feeling good about that.
Lies. Deception.
So, what's next?
Well, I think that kind of leads me to I put up a poll earlier this week. Which original trilogy figure do we need a Black Series of next? And the choices were, well, it came down to, let me just say this. It came down to Hammerhead and Bib Fortuna. And it was close. Hammerhead edged out.
Hammerhead
Fortuna.
with the edge, huh?
Yeah. One by a nose, you might say. Neck. One by a neck. What do you think about that? Would you buy a Hammerhead Black Series?
Absolutely. I mean, that's just vintage gold right there. And there's just not a lot of, in my recollection or thinking, there's not a lot of Hammerhead. I mean, there's no reason for there to be, since he literally has half a second shot. But I mean, Hammer, as a toy, I owned Hammerhead vintage figure as a kid. He usually got dropped early as far as who went down in the battle.
Pew.
Yeah, pew pew, Hammerhead's out. I'm like, he's gone. But he was intriguing in his shark connection there. So, but yeah, I'd love to see one of those. I think that they should absolutely just give a vintage. A Black Series figure of all the vintage, figures that haven't really made it out there yet, right?
Yeah.
You don't?
Well,
I mean, come on.
what do you want me to say?
You're gonna say yes.
I pre-order some stuff.
Yeah. All right.
But I also like finding it in the wild too. Would you rather have a Bib Fortuna or a Hammerhead?
Probably a Bib. I take a Bib.
Yeah.
I think.
What about an Imperial Dignitary?
The deal with Bib is now has transcended Jedi. Return of the Jedi.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
now he's part of the
Boba!
Book of Boba. Fat Bib. I mean, we can have 2 Bibs now.
Good.
A
Deluxe.
Bib, skinny Bib, nervous Bib, and then Jabba Bib. Yeah.
Sort of a logi.
Yes. So I don't know. I think a Bib just because he had some lines.
Yeah. And Scuba Pete here is referring to another poll that I put up earlier this week that, Josh, this kind of gets to the heart of a collector quandary, if you will.
Okay.
I was able to buy something for a few $100s that is worth over $1,000.
Oh.
It's not something that I was necessarily looking for. The opportunity to purchase it, I was told by a friend of ours, a follower of ours.
Was this a B&E?
Nick.
Are we good? Or?
No,
Okay.
it was not a B&E.
All right.
We didn't pull a job. But I got something for a few $100s that has a value of over $1,000. And my question was, should I flip it, take that money and buy more cool stuff, or do I keep it because it was such a friggin' good deal?
That is a quandary.
And I posed it without explaining what it exactly was, because I didn't want people's own opinions to bias their answers. Like, oh, well, that's not something that I would really collect, so flip it.
Right.
Or that's something that, oh man, I would love that, so I definitely keep it. Like, it's hard to be impartial when we're talking collections because you only get things you want. And this was something that I wasn't planning on getting, but I know I would like, but I also know I like money.
Are we all confused right now? Because I'm confused. All right. So what the hell was it?
Well, all I'll say is that it was an original 1977 movie poster.
Okay. And you are the poster guy.
I do love posters.
Yeah.
Love them.
You should have made 18-foot ceilings in your home.
Well, the basement has tall ceilings.
10-footers, but I'm just saying you need that 8-foot.
I need more.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I don't know. That's what would you do?
What kind of poster was it? Come on. I don't even know. Why are you hiding this?
I'm hiding it because
This is a collector's quandary right here, chat. Look, as a collector who doesn't have what he has, I want to know what he has. And now he's being a beehole about it. What's going on?
It's something I'd have to show you.
I
It's
see.
not, I don't know if I could explain it. It's a 20 by 28. It's not like a full movie size,
Yeah.
27 by 41,
Yeah.
theatrical release poster. It was a movie poster, but it's not of a standard size, which again makes it a bit more rare.
Which movie? Just tell me.
A
it
New
was
Hope.
At least a Star Wars.
77, A New
Okay,
Hope.
all
Yeah.
right.
It's an original trilogy.
Movie. Nick's already in with he thinks you should keep it.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, but the good news is that we're all going to find out together. Because when I get it, I'm going to show you.
I see. Though that's what I was waiting for. Like,
Yeah,
why
yeah.
aren't you letting the cat out of the bag here?
It's going to get shipped to me this week, and then hopefully by next week I'll have it, and I'll go like this.
Yeah, Pete just said what I was getting to. He's like, we're on a show. Can we see it? But I didn't know you didn't have it in hand.
No. I don't have it in hand yet. I'm sorry. I should have made that clear.
You did not. You did not.
I just won it on Friday.
I
Was it
see.
Friday? Saturday.
So did you have to fight like a battle for it? You said
It
you
was
won?
it was on an auction site, but like not like eBay. It was like a place that does consignments and like an auction house.
Mm-hmm.
It was an auction house. Downloaded an app, did this and that. There was only 3 people bidding on it.
Oh wow!
And that's why I got it for such
So
a
you
good deal.
kind of found a treasure then.
I
That's
did.
good.
That's why I got it for such a good deal. So, and I don't recommend people just to do that without doing your research on the auction house site. And I jumped in because
Will you name
I
the
got
site?
excited. Well, the app that I downloaded to do it on,
It's like pulling teeth right now, chat.
jeez,
Jeez Louise.
it was called Auction Zip.
That sounds like a scam.
It does, but I called the place. It is a legitimate place, and
Hang on. I'm getting a call. Hello, this is Auction Zip. How can I help you? I'm just kidding.
what's your credit card information?
Yeah, what's your credit? I need your social too. This is how we verify that
Just
you're you.
make sure you're not a robot. Anyway, I can't wait to show it to you guys because it's cool and unusual. It's not a poster that you see.
Nick's taking credit right now.
Well, Nick was the one
Podcast
who,
of the Wills.
Nick was the one who told me about it. He's like, "Hey, check this out." Now, I'm way
So
too
Nick can
trusting.
take. I'm putting it up, so it's now this is locked in. Because if this is a scam, he just took credit for leading you into a scam, and I think we're talking to Auction Zip leader right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
auction zip Nick.
All right. Let's move on.
Okay.
So there's nothing. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
Move along.
Nothing to see.
Move along.
This isn't the poster we expected.
No,
Which is nothing.
It's the poster we deserve.
Right.
So next week, fingers crossed, I'll have it in hand. We'll talk more about it next week, and we can actually talk about it.
Okay.
Yes, Anthony. Hold on, Anthony.
He loves the posters.
Yes.
Those are good.
Anyway,
Sharper Image made posters? Man.
really? Oh yeah,
That's what it says.
Oh yeah. Now, speaking of posters, Josh,
Nice segue. Nice segue.
That's why I
Look
put
at
them next
you.
to each other.
Look at you. We've been doing this for a little while.
a little bit.
Totally upside down. It's the worst. Now you've made the segue terrible.
We've got another Book of Boba Fett poster giveaway. We would like to give you the opportunity to win. This poster size is of an A2 size. That is the size of the frame, A2.
An A2.
An A2.
Yeah.
An A2. If you're Sean Connery.
You're not.
Book of Boba Fett. This is one of ReadFive Designs' newest posters, painted by Gianni himself. Looks fantastic. And we would like to give one to you. We would like to give one of these away right this week.
Right this week.
Right this week. And here's how you can do it. It's very, very easy. And even those who are watching or listening on the rewind later on this week, you can still have opportunity to win this. If you are listening on the iTunes app, just write us a nice little review. Give us 5 stars. Say Book of Boba.
No matter how you feel, give
no
us
matter
5
how
stars.
you feel, give us 5 stars. I dare you. and put something about the Book of Boba Fett poster.
Or ReadFive Designs.
Or ReadFive, which is
We'll
spelled
take
Read 5.
No, past tense red.
ReadFive Designs. Or if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching live, afterwards, like it and leave a comment, please. Hashtag Book
Yeah,
of Boba
that's
Fett.
important. That's important. After the show. Don't
After the
hashtag
show.
in the comments live chat right now.
Nobody cares about
it goes
the comments
away. We can't
later on.
We
Yeah.
can see them, but they're just
It's
gone.
gone.
But if you post afterwards, after the show,
That's
that's
live in
what helps.
infamy.
It will. It'll be there forever. You'll be part of the machine, so to speak.
Machine.
Yeah.
So we've given out a couple of these already. I know we gave one. Actually, yeah, we've given 2 out. We've given 2 out so far. Actually, I think we've given a couple more out, but we've publicly given 2 out. We want to give a 3rd out, and we'll probably throw in one of those figure posters too.
One of those card back posters.
Yeah, one of those
Beauties.
card back
Beauties.
posters. I won't tell you which one. It would be a surprise, but you're actually getting 2 posters of an A2 size, so you plan accordingly.
This is a pretty good giveaway. All it takes is a comment, share, like, subscribe, tell your friends.
Firstborn child.
Yeah, go to your next town hall meeting and proclaim our greatness. I mean, all of that. That's it.
But truthfully, Josh, anybody can have one of these posters. If you go to the ReadFive Designs webpage, you can order one.
In the description.
In the description below. You can get one. Everybody can get one.
Yeah, and we're officially sponsored. Hold on. This is what's great about this is that I have all this cool imagery, and we can just go, look. That's coming up. It's a toy review. I didn't know it said toy review on there.
Well,
I forgot.
good segue, Josh.
Yes. Yeah, just nailing this tonight. Man, we're on it.
ReadFive Designs is our current sponsor. It's our only sponsor. It's our best
the only
sponsor.
one that matters.
Best sponsor. And at this time, we would like to present to you the ReadFive Design Holochronicles toy review.
Ho, 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 ho. Look at that beauty.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you are looking at right now is a Hot Toys 1/6 scale.
That's just Alexa.
Oh,
She's
okay.
excited too.
Okay, 1/6 scale Emperor's Royal Guard from Return of the Jedi. It's almost too tall for this for the.
It was.
But we got it in there and it's spinning and it is.
It's just a beaut.
Crispy clean.
Here's the deal about this is I was actually lamenting a little earlier when you were talking about the Gentle Giant statues. What gives me anxiety about the Hot Toys is that they come with so many options. So they come with different hand configurations, sometimes different accessories, sometimes different heads that you can put on. And so the anxiety that I have as a collector, or just as, I don't know who I am, is that I box up parts that aren't being used. Okay. So while this Royal Guard does have some additional hand configurations that you can do, so you can, if you look at the cape as we're spinning across right now, the cape is actually not open on his left side.
Yeah.
So, but you can drape the cape across, and I could actually have him holding the staff sideways if you wanted to, if you wanted to put him in battle mode, let's say. But this guy, the reason I liked him so much is we popped him out of the box, put him down, put his staff in hand, and he is exactly how I would want to display him 99% of the time, unless I was doing some weird alternate fan fiction defend the Emperor type of scenario, right? But he looks great. He looks great. So yeah, a little bit of anxiety for the Hot Toys. Is that what Shannon was saying?
Yeah.
Okay. A little bit of anxiety for the Hot Toys configurations, but a lot of love for this figure. He's, again, like Andy said, he's a little too tall even for our spin. I had to do some crazy camera angles just to get him in there. But
So Josh, as an aside here, if you go through the movie history of the Royal Guard and whether they were the purpley navy senatorial guard that Senator Palpatine had with him, with the plumage on like the Roman kind of mohawk plumage, and then the original trilogy red Emperor's Royal Guard. This guy, which just looked like they were mysterious, and you knew that they were awesome, but they really didn't do anything.
They did nothing.
They did nothing except look awesome.
Except turn and about face and walk around the outside of the cylinder. That was it. After the elevator came up.
But they look cool, like that really thin visor. Just look a little menacing, you know, especially to a little kid like me at the time. And then the sequel trilogy has
Praetorian Guard, you know,
with the red, still had the red theme, but they had different, more kind of like samurai look to them.
Sure.
But they actually fought. Right. So the throne room scene
in Last Jedi,
Last Jedi, was awesome. Well, I mean, it was awesome.
Because guards finally became guards, right?
We actually got to see what they could do, and they had different styles, and they had different weapons, and
I mean, a little late, Snoke was dead, but it's guard was kind of a past tense term at that time, but you know,
it was more of a paper label than it was a practical label. I mean, anyway, I really like, and Star Wars is one thing Star Wars has always done very well. It's shown the progression over time of what things were then to now, and that goes with clothing styles and I mean, even like the ships where you got the TIE fighters from, you know, it's kind of an evolution to then what they became, you know, from prequels to sequels. Like that has always been very good.
Well, what I liked about Star Wars is that no matter what, they hit a 70s phase. I guess this is an 80s phase, early 80s phase, but they had a phase, right? And I like Shannon's comment here because, like you said, the plumage in the prequels more like a Roman soldier or guard, and then they take in the sequels and call them Praetorian Guards, which is very Roman.
Very.
Is interesting. So I guess that was their take, right?
Did you learn that from watching Gladiator?
Of course I did.
Gladiator.
Of course I did.
Guess where I learned that?
Where?
When I took Latin in high school.
Oh, brother. That's a weird flex, but I'll take it. Anyway, a beautiful piece, another hot toy piece brought to you by ReadFive Designs.
That's a silky robe too, by the way.
Oh, it is so here's the issue. Here's how
sweet.
Here's how smart like Hot Toys is. Like, can you buy one of these? Can you just buy one? Nope. Yeah. You have to buy two, right? Because if you're gonna get the Emperor, what are you doing? You're just walking over there? Oh, you're touching him. Oh, you think our viewers can feel that? Well, I do get what you're doing. Show the boots. The boots are pretty slick too. Oh, nice little boots. He's got a nice little crushed velvet underneath. I mean, so here's the deal. When you're done guarding the Emperor, it's time for a night out on the town. You could do some disco dancing. He's a good-looking fellow. Pointy-ass boots. That's style right there. There you go. He does have another arm. That's how detailed they are. Both arms. Thank you, Andy.
You're welcome.
Velvet. Crushed velvet.
Crushed.
But yeah, a good-looking figure. And again, we want to thank our sponsor, ReadFive Designs, for giving us the opportunity to show these toys off, man. They're pretty cool.
Totally awesome. Totally awesome.
Totally awesome. All right. Here we go. I could watch him spin for hours.
I know.
But we do have viewers.
Yeah, and another perfect segue, Josh.
I could watch him spin for hours. All right, this is the quandary we have. So are you ready? We're ready for what? Our Star Wars spinners?
Our Star Wars spinners. We took a week off.
We did.
We're back. We'll actually have another one out midweek.
Right.
So you're getting two this week. Pay attention on Twitter around Wednesday, Thursday. We're going to drop another one, but we've got one tonight.
We do.
For you. Special.
For you. Now, the question, and again, big thanks to our compadre, Shannon, who's in the chat right now, who helps us piece this all together. She takes our crazy ideas and makes them look good.
Like
I got to be honest, because when Andy and I, because who did that? I think Anthony put that. He wanted to see a behind the scenes recording. Look, there's a lot of underwear and a lot of t-shirts involved in recording the cigarettes. I don't even smoke, but we have to have them in. Yeah, a lot of try it again. We'll take it from the top, and we just lots of prima donna throwing of guitars. Yeah, even though there's no guitars involved in this.
No, but there's guitars in here.
Yeah, but there are. So, but yes, we thank Shannon for making us look good when we shouldn't. Andy's ready. Which one are we doing? Are we doing the one where we get to watch with him, or are we doing the one where the overlay?
Overlay.
We had a quandary here. Andy liked one thing, I liked the other, so we're going with. I was gonna let you decide.
Come on, it's what Gary's here for.
All right,
he's not here to watch us.
All right, I know. Am I delaying too much? I'm even making Andy uncomfortable.
Let's do it.
I might do it for another minute. All right, here it comes.
This reminds me of the Craig Ferguson uncomfortable silence.
Uncomfortable lead-in. Far too long of a segue. All right, here it comes. Our latest spinner from the Holo Chronicles.
Han Solo. Kenner production number 38260. First carded appearance, 1978, 12-back. Variations include blue or black DL-44 heavy blaster, dark or light brown hair, and small head or large... Oh, dang! Ferric, look at the size of that head! Seriously, what the hell happened here? This is supposed to look like Harrison Ford, more like Harrison Forehead. I mean, come on. One's a scruffy-looking nerve herder, and the other got beat with a gaffy stick. Deeply disturbed by this. Okay, where was I? Original retail price, $1.99. Estimated value loose, $70. Estimated mint on card, $1,100 for normal head and $400 for Gigantor head. Ah! Don't scare me like that! I think I just evacuated myself.
Are we going to get in trouble for that one?
I don't know. Han is pretty beloved.
There's many Hans, though. So we hope you enjoyed that spin, but it was one of the most glaring variants you've ever seen.
It's not a subtle difference.
Is figure that looks like Han.
Kind of. And then one that really does not look like Han. Which do you, I mean, the big head is more common.
Right.
And that was the one like that I had when I was a kid. I had a big head Han. But it was, it's weird, right?
Yeah.
It's weird. I mean, what chat, I mean, those that are listening.
Are you asking, what do you feel about Han's head?
Yeah.
Which head do you prefer?
Do you prefer the big head or the little head?
Big head or the little head?
I mean, it's actually a fair question.
There are people out there with bigger heads than other people. I mean, this isn't, but it was just such a vast difference that when Andy and I put them next to each other, we just started laughing and. Oh, thank you so much, and I appreciate. There's lots of kind comments. Yes, yeah. Look, we got huge noggin. Believe me. Oh, you were putting it up, and I clicked it off. We did it again. Awesome. You run the chat. Jeez, Louise. Believe me.
How many blue mountains have you had tonight,
well, Anthony, he said, I already said this. He was like, I want to see the behind the scenes. The behind the scenes were with huge noggin. There was Death Star on a toothpick.
Yeah.
Right. And Han down. I mean, there was all of that. But yes, there's plenty of. He's gonna go to sleep on his huge. He's gonna go cry on his huge pillow.
That was a bit offside.
It was a bit offside.
Hey, Mike. Just in time.
But
Big head Han or little head Han? That seems to be.
Hey, the answer is both.
Yeah, yes,
it's both.
Yeah,
you gotta have both.
You gotta have them. If you're a vintage collector, you gotta have.
You gotta have both. Both, because the other Hans throughout Bespin Han, Endor Han, there's one more. Oh, of course, there's Carbonite Han, and then there's Han
Endor.
There's Stormtrooper Han, right?
Well, in the Power of the Force.
Power of the Force. I'm sorry. I'm just going through all of them. Endor. I already said Endor.
Bespin.
I already said. Carbonite.
Well, Endor camo. Lapels, non-camo.
Hoth Han. That's who I was thinking of.
Yeah.
All their heads are normal. They're all fine. All their heads are absolutely fine. But this guy, they made the packaging different, and they shoved his big old noggin in there. First 12. So there you go. And if you want to see that spun again, it will be up on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. It will bleed it over into YouTube. We usually hit TikTok and Instagram first, and then we put them out there a little later on the other platforms. But everyone, they're saying they want to see it again. I mean, is that even a thing you do? That's like asking a band to come out and sing the same song again, isn't it?
Encore.
I know. They're like, fine, we'll do "Living on a Prayer" one more time. No, all right. Actually, you know what? We'll do. Guess what?
We'll do
Andy, we're gonna do the best of both worlds here. Yeah, we'll do it at the end for you guys. We'll do it at the end, and then we're gonna do the other version where Andy and I get to watch it with you.
Okay.
All right. So let's move on. So just stay tuned. If you want to see it again, just hang around the chat. And once again, if you want to win one of the beautiful posters from ReadFive Designs of the Book of Boba Fett and a card back, just comment after the show. After the show.
After the show's over.
These comments, I don't know why, but they don't matter. They just don't go anywhere. They just end up in our memories for life. All right, so let's go on to our main topic. Andy, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this because I'm glad we're actually talking about this now with Mike here, because he's one guy that I know has an opinion on this stuff. So, and we're talking about usual Mike television there.
Oh, is he in here?
He's in the chat.
Good day, mate.
Throw another shrimp.
Dollary dues. I love it when he says that. It's my favorite term.
It's fun. So we're talking just a little bit of setup here. I have a 7-year-old son whose birthday's in a couple weeks, and I have not been able to find any Star Wars stuff in Target or Walmart on the shelves.
Shelves are empty.
With the exception, at Walmart, I was able to find a couple of Star Wars Mission Fleet action figures. Sometimes they come with ships or vehicles. Sometimes they just come with a figure and like a little backpack, jetpack, kind of thing. And that got me to have a conversation with Josh. And the question that kind of came up was like, well, are these for kids? Because I think the Black Series and Vintage Collection have kind of been adopted by adult collectors. Like, I don't know. I would have to guess and say that adult collectors are getting those more than kids are getting.
It's got to be like, I would love to run a poll and just from a percentage, like who buys Black Series, kids or adults? And if you want to go adults, you could actually go like 17 or 16 and up, because really toys were made for who? They're made for 8, 9,
12 and under.
12 and under. So I would say, what would you guess a percentage of age group over the 12 and under buying Black Series is?
I'd say it's pretty small.
No. I'm saying, like, what's the largest percentage over 12? Who's buying Black Series from a percentage standpoint? 12 and under or 12 and over?
It's 12 and over.
Yeah, and what's the percentage out of 100?
90.
Yeah, was my number. I was like, it's 90%. And by the way, the whole 13 through 20, you can throw that out too. It's really 30 and above, 25, we'll say.
Yeah.
I think it's 90% dudes like me and you, guys just living their childhood back, right?
So that gets to Mission Fleet, because Mission Fleet are cool. But are these the ones that were made for kids?
Right.
Or are they made for us? Now, we could say, well, it's for everybody. Star Wars is for everybody, right, Josh? Yeah. Well, it is. Sure. Yeah, it is. But are the Mission Fleet, do the Mission Fleet fall under Black Series and Vintage Collection, where it's mostly adult collectors that are getting them, or are parents getting them for kids? Or are brothers and sisters getting them for their younger siblings?
Yeah, are they walking down the toy aisle in Walmart? I mean, these aren't being pre-ordered, right? We don't have a Mission Fleet pre-order happening on Entertainment Earth, which seems to cater to 90% adults, in my opinion. Sure. Maybe 99%.
As far as I know.
So let me ask. So look, Apprentice Ewok, he's coming in right now. He said he's picking up an Ahsoka, a Maul, a Boba, and a Mando. Like, Apprentice is in on Mission Fleet. The question I have, is that because of a lack of other options, or is it because they're cool? I don't know. I don't have an answer for that, because I've walked by them and kind of gone, I kind of like that, but I just don't know if it fits in my collection. So, without further ado, let's just throw one up for the
Put a
up on
couple
the screen
pictures
before
up.
you. So, for those of you that don't know what a Mission Fleet figure looks like,
So Mission Fleet figures are, 2-3 inches tall. Now they're like 2 inches tall. They're not 3 inches.
yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I should have brought. So this is actually one of mine because I wouldn't say that I collect Mission Fleet, but I do have a couple. Actually, I have 3. Right, not 4. I have 3.
Good.
This isn't an
You're
intervention.
not overboard. All right, perfect.
But I bought this because I have a Boba Fett collection within my collection. So I thought, this is cool. It was only $6 or whatever it was. So I grabbed it. All right. It came with a his standard jetpack with rocket. It also came with the backpack that he's currently wearing in this photograph that has a Slave One feel to it.
Okay.
And looks cool. Looks cool. A little accent piece on one of my Boba shelves.
Okay.
Okay.
So what are we talking about when we talk about the difference between toys? Are we talking about realism versus a little bit of cartoonism?
Because these are just a little cartoony.
Yeah.
And you can see that more with maybe, I don't know.
Let's try this guy.
A next one. Yeah. So this one is definitely a lot more cartoony, but it's still Maul. It's still menacing. And again, I picked this up, and maybe you show the other picture of Maul here too, so you can kind of see what he's in. But because I have a Maul section in my collection, right? So again, it's an accent piece on a shelf. It's not prominently featured. It's not a main focus. It's just a little accent piece on my shelf. But I know that if I were to give this to my 7-year-old, he would play with it.
And that's what I agree with too, is like these look like very playable toys, right?
Yeah, they're 5 POA. Shoulders, hips, and neck, right? That's the only movable parts to them, and they come with an accessory, a blaster or a lightsaber and a backpack. And sometimes, like I said, they come with vehicles. You can get an Obi-Wan with a Jedi starfighter. You can get a Mando with a speeder bike. There's a bunch of different ones out there. The Vader one comes with a TIE intercept, and he's more like Rebels Vader with the red, kind of. I mean, they're cool, but I don't know who they're for.
Well, and so that's why I put up that that I think Collecting Star Wars put it up. There's a few things that are good about these. What did Usual Mike say?
So at first, collectors were like, another line and scale, great. I think that the design has brought the collectors to purchase them. They're the easiest figures to find at retail also, which is true. That is 100% true. You go to our Target or Walmart right now, this is what Star Wars you can find.
So why don't we compare these to, let's just go down to the vintage line and then up to Power of the Force, up to the vintage collection. The difference between these is they have more of a He-Man, or not in scale, but just in kind of like cartoony, animation style. Not even animation. I don't even know what to call them. They just feel more like a toy, a kid's toy that you would play with, which I think is what makes them so endearing. Because you kind of feel like, someone even put up they look pretty durable, and maybe that's the thing. I like what you said. It looks like you give them to your 7-year-old. They'd play with them. You could pick them back up and you could put them on display when they were done if you wanted to.
Sure. To Collecting Star Wars point,
that's the point I made.
One thing, 3 things that they have is that they're on the shelf, they come with a vehicle, and they're affordable.
Yeah.
So they're very accessible. Right now, they are as accessible as any Star Wars item in stores.
So do you think that they're keeping Star Wars toys in view for shoppers or for people buying gifts for kids? You think that's what they're going to do, like connect the dots until the next season of Mandalorian comes out? I mean, do you think that the Mandalorian, that's another question. Do you think that the Mandalorian is providing toy options for kids? Because a lot of what I see
is Baby Yoda.
Which is a doll,
right?
Which was popular in the beginning,
right? And then
I think it's run its course as far as
there's
any kid that wanted a Baby Yoda has a version of that now.
Yeah.
And again, to collecting Star Wars point, they were available, they were affordable, and you could get a Baby Yoda anywhere, or a child, or a Grogu, whatever you want to call it. So, do you think that these are kind of their, whoever Hasbro's way? This is a Hasbro product, right?
Yeah.
Hasbro's way of kind of connecting Star Wars to kids until the next thing comes out.
Mm-hmm. The scale reminds me of Mask.
Right. Yeah.
And
the build does too. Yeah.
It's true. That's absolutely true. That's a great point, collecting Star Wars. Matt's point, if you like them, buy them.
I think that's...
Who cares?
Well, and that's the question we're asking, because my issue is that I like them, but I don't know that I want them in my collection. You, however, collect differently. You like to put groups of things from all collections, all the lines in, if you have a mall, you want to see Maul in different iterations.
So, I mean, yes, I love Boba Fett, I love Maul, and I love clones. So, yeah, I got those.
Everything you see there is what you bought. I see.
Right. Now, I could have gotten others, but I haven't, because I think largely I'm not interested in them. But I do like the fact that for $6 I could just go grab them, and again, they're an accent. They're not a feature, but they do fill out a shelf. I mean, if you're looking like for something to look at on a shelf, these do it. I mean, these are, I like them, but
so let's make a comparison. Before you have to finish. So I brought out some of my past toys that are really, to be honest, are in the for sale bin in my home. So I want to ask the question of like, okay, so let's take a comparison and let's go with the better comparison will be the next ones you show. Yeah. But here's a Play School R2 and 3PO.
Okay. Definitely geared. I mean, look at the packaging, definitely geared towards kids.
Right.
Okay. Definitely says ages 3 and up, which doesn't always mean anything, but
yep. But it's kid, and I think kid means, I guess, not aggressive. So,
friendly, Chewie.
Like Chewie's got a smile on his face.
Not going to rip your arms off Chewie.
Nope. He's not screaming.
Doesn't come with arm accessories that are in hand with bloody stumps.
Any blasters in there?
No.
He does have a weapon, so, okay. So you would say that this might be the 6 or 5 and under, right? What does it even recommend?
It says 3 and up.
3 and up. So they're even kind of saying, you can start at 3 with these. Now, this
is kind of cool.
These guys, these are different, because now you start getting into like the Funko Pop realm, where a Funko Pop has nothing to do with realism and everything to do with nostalgic icons, I think is what Funko kind of, I don't know if that's the right term. It's like, here's an iteration or a version of what you love in a cute way that you can kind of get away with displaying because you're like, come on, it's cute. These are close, but I don't know if they're there. And then that's Play School as well.
Yeah, these are all Play Schools here.
Play School. So obviously 3 and up for those. You got a Wicket, you got a Luke, you got a Hoth Luke, and a
Scout Trooper.
Yeah, Scout Trooper, Han.
But these guys have lightsabers and spears, and this comes with the Wampa that makes noise if you press him on the tummy.
So even Shabby's like, he's got a Mr. Potato Head Spud Trooper. I mean, that's what you're saying. So some of this could just be kind of your nod back to your childhood. Like, hey, if I was 4, 5, 6, 3, whatever, I would love to have these, right?
But these kind of bleed into the next group.
They do. It's and you can see the transition. Now, by the way, before you show those, what's the year? What's the year on those
toys?
Each of those that you showed? So the Play School, kind of the 3PO and
I didn't bring my glasses.
Chewie.
Josh.
Uh-oh.
I have to trombone it here.
Trombone it. What the hell is
2001.
That? So 2001, and then what are the ones that you just showed? Not those. Not that. The other one.
Over here?
No, right there. Yep, those guys.
These are same. 2001.
They're both 2001?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then I think these guys are later.
Let me look. I mean, I know they are.
Yes.
2004.
Just a bit later, but they look very similar. And these are the Galactic Hero line. Which, by the way, with Dengar and Boba, I kind of, and Dengar is actually like, he's prominent. You know, he's on there. Boba's on the other side.
Equals
with his poor head wrap because he obviously got hit in the head right before his next job. I don't know. These guys are kind of like.
Well, you got the bounty hunters set.
Yeah.
Bosk.
Forlom and the Bosk. And
so I have always thought that these were for kids. But you bought these from an adult collector.
I did. But like I said, they're kind of in my for sale pile, though I haven't pulled the trigger on it. So I just don't know. And so that's why I loved posing this question. Like, should you keep these in your collection? Do they have a home in your collection? And if so, why? I mean, look at Chewie. Like, I don't know if I like Chewie in that.
Oh, Vader's huge.
Vader's huge, and he's just going to kick the crap out of old Kenobi. But
Ben? You mean old Ben?
Old Ben? That hermit. Ages 3 to 8. Look, they even told you when you could stop buying these, and that was at 8 years old. So there's the question. So I wanted to bring those out as kind of a Star Wars over the years, over the last, 20 years, if we had 2001 there, right?
Yeah.
So the last 20 years has always had that little kid input into, and is Mission Fleet another?
It seems like it's somewhere in between.
Yeah.
And Gilster's question here, what about the Galaxy Adventure line? And those to me feel a little bit in between too, as kind of on your way to the Resistance figures, which were cartoony, but still 3 3/4 scale, but just a little skin. I mean,
the Galaxy Adventure, is that based on the little animations they had, the shorts?
Yeah.
So I loved those because those to me were like connecting the dots for kids just getting into Star Wars. Yeah. Those, however, I do just want to hang from any keychain. They're great. And they're goofy. I don't know what they're doing. They look like they're in a mild poop position. But other than that, they're fantastic. Look. Oh.
Regular sized head.
Yeah. Normal head. Oh, dank Ferric.
Good impression of yourself.
Shut up.
Yeah. So I guess back to the original question: are Mission Fleet for kids, or are they for guys like us? Because there was a point here too. I think Matt said it. 43 qualifies as 3 and up. Something like that.
It's not the question of are they for kids. It's the question of like,
are they for you?
Are they for you?
Are they for you, Josh? Is Mission Fleet for you? I would say no, but I have 3.
Yeah.
So it's not like I
no.
accidentally got one or somebody gifted me one. I deliberately bought 3.
What I want to say is no, but they're for me to give as gifts for sure. Like, I would love to introduce my nephews or just another any kid, 8 and under, to Star Wars via these toys. I think they're very cool. And they're cool enough to where I'd be like, let's open it up and look at it together. Do I want to put it on my shelf outside of what you kind of do, which is kind of highlight the line of a particular figure? I don't. But then it's so hard to get rid of this. They're beautiful in their packaging. The packaging's awesome on all of them. I mean, the ones we just showed and then the ones that you got. Yeah. It's beautiful. So I wouldn't, look, if someone gave me those as a gift, I'd keep them. But I wouldn't go search them out myself.
That's the thing. I didn't search them out either, but they were on the shelf.
Yeah.
Which, what is right now?
Yeah.
So...
yeah, so
there's a
and Sean Solo said a good thing too. He's like, Mission Fleet are in the big kids section, not the play school. So, and I agree with that because I think the big kids section would be the 8 and above, and I think that's where they fall. I think they fall in there.
Yeah,
the 10-year-old still gonna, as he's looking over his shoulder while he's still playing with his toys, making sure no cool kids see him doing it. And don't worry, 10-year-old who's still thinking the cool kids might catch you. You'll be the cool kid in the future. Don't you worry. You'll have your own podcast.
Along with everybody else.
A room full of toys.
Along with a lot of people.
Are we cool? Oh, damn it.
I don't know. Maybe we're proving the wrong point.
We really are. We really are. All right, we're coming to the close of an hour here.
Yeah.
Which is so much fun with you guys. We love to thank all of you in the chat for joining us. Where can they find us, Andy?
Well, you can find us at our website, beyondtheblastdoors.com, where we do a weekly
to do that right now.
Collection feature, Star Wars collection feature, using the hashtag on Twitter, Show Me Your Collection. This week's offering comes to us from Robbie. You might remember Robbie from 2 weeks ago. He won a curved bill.
Oh, well, Robbie paid it forward by giving us a shot of his collection, huh?
Yeah, we gave him a hat, and then we got some pictures of his. I don't know. The only way I could describe it was that it's super clean. Like it's tidy and sharp, and it's beautiful.
And again, you can find it on Beyond the Blast Doors. Andy writes up these articles generously for everyone. It's awesome.
Every Monday.
And
if we haven't featured yours yet, and you'd like us to feature your Star Wars collection, we would love to do it because everybody's is a little different. And everybody has stories behind it that we love to hear. So.
Well, I love these. I mean, look, we can just collector tip this out. What Robbie's using right here is 4 IKEA glass shelves.
Detolfs.
They're great. The Detolf. They're great. They're perfect. They look awesome. You can light them properly if you want to, like he has. And when people walk into your room, they're like, wow, look at that.
I mean, it's clean.
It's so clean.
So clean.
There's another Detolf over there. And what I like about I just really like this. This is the struggle I have, is that he's concise. Everything's there. What do we have there? What are those puff? Oh, those are Kleenex with friggin' AT-ATs on them, or AT-ATs. It's amazing. You got the glasses on the bottom. We've got a Darth Vader Frisbee. We've got Carrie Fisher. Looks like a sequel Carrie Fisher. Awesome.
Yeah. And what was great, one thing that was great about this is there's like 7 pictures that he sent, but that's all he needed.
That's all he needed.
It's all he needed.
Look at that stack of puzzles. That's
awesome.
Fun. That's fun for hours.
Hours of
days,
fun.
Maybe.
Days of fun. Oh, and
that's when your family gets rid of you on your summer vacation.
That's when you're ready for to be snowed in for a month. You take that on your trip to Antarctica.
That's right.
He's got all 3 at the top of that shelf. He's got all 3 vinyl cases. He's a Star Wars, awesome. Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi.
By the way, bottom left, B-Wing, I have that display acrylic as well. That's one I own. It's beautiful.
Very cool.
Beautiful. Another corner. Well, no, that's a Detolf.
Oh, it's just a nice case.
That's just a roll call right there. Look at the coins. You see the coins, Power of the Force coins down there? That's pretty. A man. Oh, I see General.
It's organized and
beautiful.
It's tidy. So I appreciate that.
And that right there, that's an OG skiff.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty penny right there. Mm-hmm. And at the top, Andy and I's first trade, the Rebel Transport.
The Rebel Transport.
I always like seeing a Rebel Transport represented.
Yeah.
And then this beautiful display. By the way,
like an actual display case.
Look at that sandcrawler with the remote front and center. What's that? Estimated
retail value. $500-$600.
I'd say 6 or 7 now. I mean, we bought them for 6 back in the day. Barge on the top, estimated retail value $1,500. Beautiful. Not the value matters, but look at that. That's just a whole cantina crawler.
Yeah, that's Jabba. That's Jabba Central right there. That's the opening.
OG Dewback. We got some mini rigs.
That's Tatooine right there is what it is.
He's even got the 2 models of the speeders there too. He's got a more modern and the vintage. It's great.
Very cool.
Great.
Very, very
white
cool.
TIE fighter, because we all know the TIE fighters were white. So weird.
Not blue.
Not blue, but white. Not gray like on the movie, but white.
Yeah, weird.
And then another shot. He's got a little what is that? A Spiro R2 down there?
Maybe.
No, that might be the one. That's bigger.
That was a little bigger.
That's bigger. That's the one That one's actually a pretty penny too.
That was what, $90 when it came out or something?
Yeah, and I think that's a $300 or $400 piece now. That one's the one that like protects your room. It does like
Scans it.
Sentinel mode where it goes around. If somebody walks in, it'll beep at you. That's a cool one.
Yeah.
But a very nice collection from Robbie.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing with us.
And remember, if you have a collection that you'd like us to feature one of these Mondays, all you have to do is get a hold of us on Twitter at Holochronicles or email us at holochronicles@gmail.com.
Or just go outside and yell, Holochronicles, and then
We'll come
we hear.
flying.
Yeah, we'll come flying in. With our masks. Don't worry.
With our masks.
Yeah.
We're not foolhardy.
All right. Well, I guess
Now,
anything else?
No.
Is that it?
That's
right.
it. That's
Well, we promised them that we'd give them one more shot while you and I got to sit and watch together of our latest Star Wars spinner.
Josh, before you post it, how can they win themselves?
Ooh, I'll tell you how.
One more.
After
one more
we're
of these.
done with the show, when we hit end, when it's no longer live, as you're all watching right now, and if you're watching on the replay, because we'll be looking at these in the next couple days, you can just comment. What were we gonna say? You can just comment hashtag ReadFive Designs, ReadFive Designs, or Book of Boba. We don't care. Just a shout out. Say hashtag I want the damn poster. That actually counts. We're okay with that. And then
some obvious way for us to get.
Yep, obvious way for
your
us to
attention.
find you. Yeah. Like, share, subscribe, do all that. That'll get you some bonus points. But do it on the YouTube page, if you would, or the Facebook page if that's where you're watching, or the Twitter page. We'll do our best, and then we will hand one out to you, to one of you.
Yeah,
this week.
We'll announce it at the end of the week.
All right, we're gonna take us out of here, sort of, because we'll say one more final goodbye. But here is the latest Star Wars spinner from the Holochronicles. You're welcome.
Han Solo, Kenner production number 38260. First carded appearance, 1978, 12-back. Variations include blue or black DL-44 heavy blaster, dark or light brown hair, and small head or large... Oh, dang, Ferric, look at the size of that head. Seriously, what the hell happened here? This is supposed to look like Harrison Ford, more like Harrison Forehead. I mean, come on. One's a scruffy-looking nerve herder, and the other got beat with a gaffy stick. Deeply disturbed by this. Okay, where was I? Original retail price, $1.99. Estimated value loose, $70. Estimated mint on card, $1,100 for normal head and $400 for Gigantor head. Ah! Don't scare me like that! I think I just evacuated myself.
Oh, thank you so much for bearing with us for our own little enjoyment as we make asses out of ourselves on purpose.
Yeah, for you.
For you. We do it for you. We do it all for you. Thanks for joining us, Holo Chronicles. We got some great shows coming up this week on Beyond the Blast Doors Network, which is our network, the one we're part of.
Exactly.
We got Pete next tomorrow.
With Ash Crossland.
We got
Crossan.
you said it.
I'm
I
sorry,
just copied you.
I did.
We've got Beyond the Blast Doors live on Wednesday
For your news, weekly
with
news.
Scotty and Arzu, and then on
David.
Dave. Everyone knows David's there. I was just adding the other hosts. And then on Thursday, Bombad's on Thursday now, so watch them on Thursday. I don't know what they got this week, but they do crazy every week. And then Force Connect on Friday, where you can just sit back, relax, drink something with me and Pete and Raven and Watto. By the way, this week's trivia. We're going to have trivia this week.
On what?
Doesn't matter. Star Wars trivia. But thank you so much for joining us. We're the Holo Chronicles. Andy, there's usually like one thing you say.
Whatever collectibles you fancy, make sure you play with your toys.